Welcome, welcome, welcome to Put the Kids to Bed and Let's Talk podcast, the greatest podcast on Facebook. Currently streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Let me drop the link in the chat. The YouTube link is now in the chat. Did it do it? Yeah, there you go. The YouTube link is now in the chat. Damn, I'm about to miss the cup. Today we got the power of forgiveness, part two. Part two, y'all are in for a treat. Thank everybody for tuning in. Everybody probably trickling in slow. It is Thursday. If you living in Mississippi or like on the coast area, you probably received some snow. A lot of people bundled up. A lot of people don't got school in the morning. No, that's good. We gotta go to work tomorrow though. I gotta go to work, so it's all good though. We got down a week off, so I can't complain. But anyway, I want to start this off by paying homage and honoring Martin Luther King. He has a quote about forgiveness. Let's read it. We must develop and maintain the capacity to forgive. He who is devoid of the power to forgive is devoid of the power to love. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Yeah, let's give it up for Dr. Martin Luther King, man. Hey, homage to that man. Great man. Great man. Did some great work while he was here. But yeah, we got the power of forgiveness. I'm excited about it. Um, we'll jump right into it. Afterwards, I will take calls. But let's start it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna move on regardless however they feel. But at the same time, if I have to be around you, there's some people that I had to forgive that I quote unquote forgave and I don't have to see them ever. You know what I'm saying? I don't see them no more. But just the thought of them sometimes, or if I'm telling a story about, hey, this happened to me when I was little, this is what happened. I get that feeling of like, oh, but I don't wish no harm on them. I feel what I felt, and I don't know if that's forgiveness or still unforgiveness. I just feel the same way I felt when I was going through it. So I just don't have to see them. But if I got to be in your space, and you got to be in my space. Hey, if it's a coworker, say somebody I'm doing business with, say if it's my husband or my family member, whoever. If you haven't changed the behavior that caused us to have an issue, then clearly you're the enemy. That's how I can say it. I don't know. Y'all
Okay
let me
then.
know.
Okay then. So piggyback off what you just said. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so after you done forgave this person, so after you done did what you had to do about forgiving this individual, that's when you pray for that person
Yeah,
and hopefully and ask God to help this individual to change for the better, whatever the situation may be,
yeah. You
and let
continue to
God
pray
handle
for
the
them.
rest.
I just don't need to be if I can help to be around that person, because you still got to go through your own healing journey in the midst of praying. We pray, but we got to work too. So I'm not gonna just sit there and just let it continue to just manifest itself, because now I'm working in something. Now I'm being phony. I'm just like, okay, I can forgive you, I could pray for you, but I don't have to be around you. If that makes
Mm.
any sense. I
Mm.
think it's about like how think about like Jesus, right? He's not gonna keep dying on the cross, or he's not gonna keep going through that over and over and over because he should, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
He
he's not
ain't
gonna
doing it no
continue
more,
to do
sis.
that. Yeah. So if people say, "Oh, he forgave
Man,
me," oh,
I've
God know
never
my
heard that
heart,
before. That's crazy.
No.
he's not gonna keep
That's so
doing that. You
good.
know what I'm saying? Like he's not gonna just keep on doing it. And that's just how I think about that. And
Mm.
I'm not trying to be super deep or anything, but that's everything we need to know is in the Bible, really. All the things
Baby,
that we
that
know.
was good to me. That was
Leaving
good
you
to my
out.
soul.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard that before. Jesus
He
ain't
ain't
getting
getting back
back on
on
the
that
cross
cross.
now.
He's not gonna
Jesus
Mm-mm.
keep
not getting back on the
because
And
cross.
I
people say
love
that
it.
all the time. He know my heart. How
I
many
love
times do he gotta
it.
die for your sins? You keep
Man,
doing it. He
man,
ain't
You
gonna.
better
Jesus.
preach in here,
Bible even
girl.
talks about how once you come into the knowledge of sin, there remaineth no more sacrifice for you. Like and that's scary
Mm.
because it's like, oh, we can. I'm not saying that God won't give us grace. That's when grace steps in because we need grace. We all need grace. But at the end
Yeah.
of the day, He's not going to keep dying for our sins. We keep doing the same thing. So I'm not going to keep forgiving you when you keep hurting me. I'm
Mm.
just going to just let you be. I'm going to pray for you. And then maybe God will change your heart. Or maybe how some of the people in the Bible, He kept them with a cold heart. He kept them like that they were. Think about Miriam. He kept them like that for however long. He kept them. And I don't want that to happen to me. So I gotta get it off my chest. That's for you to release
Yeah.
that. What you say, repent, get that off of you
Yeah.
because it'll stay in you. Oh Lord, I ain't trying to preach. But
Sure,
yeah,
you
go
got it.
ahead. And
Let's
next
Better
go.
question.
come
Go
up.
Yo,
ahead. Go
yo,
ahead.
I'm
Say
not
this
that.
is this is not a Christian podcast,
sorry.
I'm
but
a
no,
Christian.
Disclaimer.
it's all good though. It's all good. I'm saying
She
like,
coming with
don't
with the
feel like
biblical
you can't be
receipts.
a part of the conversation if you're not Christian. That's all I'm
Right.
saying.
That's why I was trying
Uh,
not to do
we in
that.
Mississippi. We all from the South, so
Try not to
So
do it.
say how you
we
feel
you
about
you
Bo.
wake up the Bible verses, but this is not a Christian podcast. If you don't, you know what I'm saying. If you don't subscribe to that, you still need to be a part of this conversation. That's all I'm saying. But
Sorry, no.
Mm.
you ain't got to apologize. I love what you
Yeah.
said.
Brother
I just
Bo ain't
don't.
gonna
Yeah,
Ain't no
apologize.
it just
condemnation. Uh-uh.
it just comes out. Sorry. It just
Nah, that's you. Like it
It's
ain't that
in you.
wrong with it.
It's
Yeah,
in you, baby. It ain't on you. It's in you.
yeah.
shout. No.
Mm.
I just don't. I'm
Yeah,
Shoot.
with
no.
it. I'm with it. I just don't
Brother
want people to
Bo.
think that they only gotta have
Yeah,
one way.
no
Uh,
problem.
did anybody want to add to that before I move on to the
Oh,
next
that was
question?
good.
I'm
But
straight.
also, I'm gonna just say this.
Okay.
As much as it depends on you, do whatever you can. And when you cannot, that if people don't show you who they are and don't change, it's just as much as it depends on you. You try.
Right.
Try to one, a lot of people don't know that they hurt us. Like also communicate. Let's be adults, y'all. Let's
Mm,
communicate what hurt us because
tell them.
people really don't be knowing.
Tell
You
'em.
can't just assume that everybody grew up the same way that you grew up and
Right.
knew that,
Yeah.
just assume that they know that they messed up. Let's be adults. Some of our issues is us just not even communicating, let somebody get the opportunity to change.
Yeah.
And then two is that if you communicate and you say, hey, this ain't gonna work with me, that's when, as much as it depends on you, so actually try. Let's that's
Mhm.
also like we can hurt our own feelings by not communicating.
Right.
Nah,
That's
I
just
got,
yeah.
I got a question, James, for
What's
you.
up?
I guess for anybody. My sister was talking about her story, right? You know how we have everybody has their story that they tell. And in the story, she was talking about she made a clause, family betrayed me, friends betrayed me. And so one of my family members got upset because it hit home because it didn't say no name, but it just,
They know
the
who they know
situation.
who they were talking. Okay.
Right. Hit dog, go holler. Right. So, anyways, how do you feel about that? Like if I write a book about say if I wrote a book about anything, I got a lot of different chapters. So I just write a book about, let's say, childhood, my memoir or whatever. And there's gonna be people in there that
Mm,
are gonna get offended. So how do you
definitely
say
not get
that? Like
offended.
how do you share that? How people do it all the time. You hear I just read Maya Angelou's book or whatever. She talked about the different people, her stepdad raping her and all these things, right? So like how do you, without saying that you're forgiven, you didn't forgave that person, but you write a you dedicate a book to about your memoir of your life or whatever. How do you not offend them? And how does that work if you do offend them? Like, is
Mm.
that forgiveness still stand? Are you saying I still forgive them or
I would say it go to them healing for them forgiving themselves and like that's not your job to
right?
unless I mean you got to think about where is this coming from. Are you telling this story to help people? Are you gonna give them some? Well, you might not give them no money because they hurt you, but are you
Right.
like where is this coming from? And I mean, letting them know maybe you could use a different name. Like maybe y'all can compromise, but the story got to get told. But
Right.
at the end of the day, they did that shit. So
But I'm saying, like she
it's
said,
all
that they don't
them.
know that they don't know that they wronged you, or they didn't know that they hurt you that bad. They never even communicated through. Like you never had the conversation. So you read this book.
Oh,
This girl, it was another lady on my Facebook. She wrote a book about her marriage and her divorce and all that. And the divorcee or whoever, the guy came, he's still alive. He was like offended. She changed the names in the book, but the story was her story of her, how how what they were doing and how she
Mm,
became a divorcee. And
yeah.
so he was just very offended. He was like, "You're bringing me down. You shaming
Damn.
my name.
Damn.
I'm a preacher now. This is
Damn.
bad. This looks bad
Oh,
on
he a
me."
preacher and he feel bad.
Yeah, he feel
He
bad now because that was what
that's
happened.
it. He just tripping. He lame. Like
And
for
so,
me, if somebody write a book about the rebuttal, guess what I'm gonna do? Write my version. Hey, okay,
right.
let me get some money too. Then let me tell my story. But
Yeah.
that's just me though. But I mean, I would, if it's somebody close to me that I love, like say I wrote a story about my dad and our relationship, I
Mhm.
wouldn't let it end with us on a bad note. I would still try to like work it out in the book or whatever, just because I feel like you're supposed to honor your parents. So it's like I ain't gonna throw that much dirt on you and not, because you like, damn,
Right.
why would I tear you down if I say I forgave you? Why would I tear you down? Like I would try to like leave some room for redemption, but that's just me. Everybody don't have
Yeah,
to do that.
that's good.
I,
Okay.
I
I just
also
was trying to
think
figure out.
also think that like if a person has went as far as to write a book, I'm pretty sure that person know that they dogged them out and they just weren't willing to acknowledge it because
Mm,
of selfish reasons. And another thing is like if they're feeling some type of way now they're speaking about it now that they've been exposed. I think they're reacting to the exposure more so than actually hurting you. Because like you said,
yeah, they
it's like,
definitely
oh,
react.
you're embarrassing me. I got all of this. Not once did they come and say like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I made you feel this way. Can you please forgive me? And is there any way we can reconcile, blah, 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 and make things right? Because you wouldn't be worried because this person is telling their truth. Like the rebuttal said, the person is telling their truth.
Hold on, let's hit the
And
applause, babe, because she said the rebuttal. Hold on, let me hit the
I
applause.
know
Yeah,
I
me
hit the
too.
flag.
The
And then I'm
rebuttal.
mad because I did remember to say.
The rebuttal. Let's go.
Yeah.
but I think that it's on them for doing wrong and not trying to make things right. And then on top of that, I think that the person who's writing it, I don't think they're usually doing out of vengeance. I can't speak for everyone, but I think that it's some people's way of processing it and getting through it. And maybe after that book, they can begin to heal and then hopefully forgive that person.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, that's something
That's how
that
it'll be good.
we have to deal with. When say if you're a person that don't really have not confronted it, but wrote a book
Mhm.
to confront it, and then so I guess it's different layers to that. But
It
okay,
is,
all
in my
right.
opinion. I can't speak from
Any,
experience.
anybody else need to add to Ashley question?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Don't
good.
apologize. You're doing great.
I know it's a
Yeah.
habit. It's a toxic habit. I need to stop that.
Okay.
No, girl. You said you want to talk. We talking.
Okay. Is forgiveness the start or the end of healing?
Mm.
I would say the start.
Me too.
The start. Okay. Why
That's
would
the
you say
first.
that?
Well, because it's the right thing to do, and however you feel, you get that chance to get it out your system to express how you truly feel towards another individual. I just think when it comes to communication and talking, it's like it always got to end up in anger or attitude somehow. No, it don't. Why can't we just communicate in a way that we just be civilized and just be talking to them? But I don't know, just a more effective way with not getting so aggressive. You know what I mean? Because it just seems like everything is so hateful and so hatred nowadays that we can't even talk without getting upset.
Yeah.
Right.
It's touchy subjects though,
Yeah.
anger. Damn, it's talking about stores. That scared me.
That's what I'm talking about when they're talking about
Anger.
forgiveness.
yeah, anger is a secondary emotion. So usually you feel anger after you felt something else, like could be guilt, shame, sadness, or whatever. But it's usually like a secondary emotion. So it's them responding to something that's going on in their head, you know. But
Mhm.
it's some people just skip so used to skipping straight into anger that they don't never get out to say how they really feel. They just express it through anger. But
Yeah, but everything don't always have to get to that point of anger when you're just talking.
Well, you know,
I mean,
nonverbal communication is the biggest thing. You know, that's the thing that I'm sure before we can get to the top. For me, I'm going. There's gonna be some signs that something's up. You know what I'm saying? Like before we can communicate in terms of talking, there's other things that I'm gonna I'm gonna display, and then we can talk. But by the time I'm talking, I'm frustrated because like you didn't pick up all my nonverbal cues that I was throwing down, which is childish. But I know that some people don't know how to communicate effectively, and that is the biggest reason why they get so angry. By the time they start talking, they are furious because it's like you didn't see that I was huffing and puffing, that you didn't wash the dishes, you didn't see that I'm got a handful of these kids, you didn't see that. So now when we start talking, I'm angry automatically. Not saying me, but I'm just saying other people or people in general. That's how I could see that. But if you have a good communication line, then it won't get that far. I don't know. You gotta have self discipline too. Because both of us can't be rah, rah, rah. Somebody has to be the voice. Somebody has to be the calm. Somebody has to be that. And if you talk calm to someone, I guarantee you their demeanor, the way they handle you is calm. I try to with my students. So I was like, okay, everybody have a seat. And then it's just like, hold on, Miss Farrell she's not loud, you know, she's just, you know, and that's how they handle me. If I handle them quiet and gentle.
Okay.
exactly. So, the rebuttal. What do you have to say about that?
Oh, let me hit the applause button, bro.
Oh,
Let me hit the applause. Every time y'all say we gotta hit the applause. I'm trying to brand myself around this one. So,
oh yeah, dude.
Okay.
what you say? What you say though? What you gonna say?
I don't even know how I'm looking, Lord.
What you ask me?
Beautiful.
I forgot what you asked. There you go. Black love. Sisterly love. What did you ask me again? The spokesman?
So I said, okay, so the rebuttal. What do you have to say about what she had to say about that? What she just said? Because I agree with her. Because it's like if someone is already upset or angry while you're trying to communicate with them, if you come at them in a nice, calm tone type voice, then that would help that person to not get so high up in anger too, in communicating and expressing how they feel to reverse back to forgiveness.
So I would say that's definitely how you do it. Like if you trying to have a hard conversation, you got to give a person their rules. Like set the rules of the conversation or set boundaries. Like, hey, I want to talk to you about something and I just need to get this off my chest. Please don't interrupt me. But I'm gonna give you a chance to talk, but I really want to say this to you. You know, like put them in the room of hearing you versus just coming straight at them. You know what I'm saying? Like sit them down. Don't do it while you mad. Do it like on a random day. Or not but you know, like go to them, approach them and kind of tell them what's finna happen. Like lead them to what's finna happen versus just, hey, you remember that time? And it just go up from there because they start defending themselves before they even hear you. Yeah, like what you doing?
Yeah. The Bible talks about a grievous answer turns. It says something about grievous.
Turns away wrath.
Yeah, it's like if you are angry when you talk, then the other person automatically defending themselves.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you.
Yeah. So you're like, what they want to talk to me about? You know, it's just like, hold on, the automatically defense mode.
Yeah.
I know me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I need to work on that though.
That takes time, man. That's hard. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta battle your own emotions while you trying to tell them this. You know, so
Like, nigga, I know you.
That's why we got the rebuttal on the phone, man. That's why we got the rebuttal.
Look, Gotta hit the applause again, bro. Every time, bro. I'm gonna turn it to the but yeah. For the rest of y'all, Mariah, Jasmine. I forgot the question. Let me look back at the question so I can remember what I said. I said, is forgiveness the start or end of healing? How y'all feel about that?
Honestly, it depends on the person. I know that sounds like a cop-out answer, but it really depends on the person. But for me, I would say it's towards the end, because I have to do all the work to even begin to think about forgiving them.
Mm.
Because I'm right now, I want to be mad. I don't want to think about forgiving anybody right now. I just want to be mad. I want to tear something up. So for me, once I've gone through the stages of whatever I'm going through from whatever they've done, then I'll begin to think about forgiving them. But I think it's towards the end, because I think that the anger and the reaction is part of the healing.
It is.
That's good.
It is. I agree with her because I'm one of those people who like suppresses their emotions, and I can do it pretty well. So much so to I won't even recognize that I'm frustrated until I'm like, hold on, wait, my mood off. Like something not right.
Yeah.
And I have to like replay in my head. Oh, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Why did it like I have to like see the emotion and investigate it. Like and see like what was it? Because if I can understand it, that means I can communicate it. And if I can communicate it, I can settle it with you.
Yeah.
And then I could possibly get to, hey, I can forgive you, but I need you to understand that rubbed me the wrong way and it threw my whole day off. And I didn't even, I'm one of those people who suppresses my feelings because I still got stuff to do. So, oh, that hurt, but okay, I still got a whole day worth of work to do. So let me go ahead and finish this work day at. Hey, earlier you had said something to me in a tone that I didn't like. I would really appreciate. I have to like take time to decompress and like figure out, because I'll suppress it in a heartbeat. And then also like that soft answer stuff. Yeah, the Lord working on me with being manipulative because my voice are already soft.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm coming to you real calmly and be like, hey, softly, don't do that to me no more.
I'm
So
scared.
I don't know how soft that answer gonna be because Jazz was coming sideways, even with a soft voice.
Yeah.
Nah, ain't nothing wrong with being direct though.
No.
You can be direct, but it's just how you say it to certain people is how they gonna take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also like, and then my old job, I kind of had to learn how to, when you're working in front of people, you got to kind of change your tone a little bit.
Suppress it.
And now I know how to do a little bit too well. So I might be, hey, you about the other day, but I'm like, hey, sweetheart, the other day. The other day.
Nah, that's right. Dang, my little boy just threw me off.
I heard him. He got his bathroom.
Yeah, he came here running. I was like, what is you doing? How important is validation when it comes to forgiveness? Like, do you need validation in order for you to forgive people?
Can you elaborate on validation?
Yeah.
Mama, you messed me over. Like, mama, you wasn't there. You was too busy worrying about such and such, and you ain't never spend no time with me. You ain't do that with me. Mama say, girl, you should just be happy that you had a roof over your head.
The backstory, basically, like understanding the why is what you're saying. Like,
do you need them to like admit that they wrong? Do you need some accountability on their part?
Accountability?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I do. And also, it's actually to the point where if I make dinner, I want you to say you're thankful, at this point. So of course, for unforgiveness or for forgiveness and all that kind of stuff, I just and it could be a bad trait to have too, just like always needing the other person to acknowledge their wrong when they probably won't, because they're feeling like, hey, they were obligated to do whatever they did and they feel justified in their actions. But so I think it's just hit and miss. I feel like some things do need validation and some things don't. Like
Hmm.
I need to know, I need to have a bigger picture. If say if something happened, I don't know, daddy left out the house or whatever. I need to know why. Why did you do that? Because I can understand your point of view. And then maybe I can have empathy for you. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get older, you get to see how life really is, and you get to see the choices that your parents made or whatever. Say if they were on drugs or something. He's like, well, you
Mm,
had something bigger that you were fighting that was bigger than the love that you had for me. So you know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of feel like, okay, not that it's right that they did it, but at the same time you have the understanding, and now you have empathy for that person. It's validated. But at the same time, some things don't require that. Some things you just you know, no exceptions, no strings attached type thing.
mm.
I don't know.
I
Nah.
agree. I think that sometimes it is. Like, let's say you're talking to your SO, and you're telling them what they did wrong. You're pissed off at them, and like, you know what? You're right. Blah 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 blah. I was being an idiot, etc. Just like I said, I agree with what Ashley said. And then some other situations, you're not going to get that validation, and I don't think that giving people that much power to be able to let go for yourself, you have, again, it goes back to forgiving for yourself. So are you going to give this person this much power to hold on to a grievance versus forgiving them?
Uh-huh.
Nah, that's real. That's real. When you said SO, you meant significant other, right?
Yes, sorry.
Nah, you
Mhm.
good. I'm just clearing it up for the chat. You know, everybody don't be knowing. I was like SO, and I was like, what that mean? That like significant other. There you go.
Yeah.
Can write that down when I'm trying to type up something fast. Um, what about y'all, Jasmine? Akeem, do y'all need that validation? Do that person need to acknowledge their wrong for you to move on with your forgiveness?
For reconciliation, like for like a reconciled relationship, yes.
Okay.
If I don't want to have a relationship with you, no.
I
That's
like that. You said it
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Hmm.
There you go. There you go. What about you, Ken?
Oh boy. Well, I don't think I need validation because whatever the situation may be, and like if we can come together like in private and just discuss whatever's bothering us, I mean, this person and I should be able to just come clean about everything and be able to forgive one another right then and there. And just after we say everything what we have to say, just hug one another. Okay, I'm sorry. Shoot, there may be some crying going on. And it's okay for a man to cry, you
Mhm.
know, once you need to get everything off your chest.
Yeah, let me applaud you. Let me applaud
Please
you for
cry, because a lot of people hold
Hmm.
on to stuff. Please cry.
encouraging vulnerability.
Yes.
Hmm.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Akeem.
So,
Keep
but when it
going,
comes
keep
to
going.
validation, man, hey, I mean, it's 50-50 with me, like yes and no. But
Hmm.
I wouldn't come to it as okay that I'm seeking validation from this person because this person may not feel the way I feel
Yeah.
at that moment. So
But, oh, sorry. Didn't
did
mean to
that
Nah,
make
interrupt.
sense?
go.
Or did I not make sense?
No, it made sense. It made sense. It made a lot of sense. But I was
Sometimes
just
when you
gonna.
talk, it don't really make sense at all.
It feels like that, but you make the most. That's when you make the most sense. Everybody seems to get it when you're like feel like you're not making the most sense, in my opinion.
Mm.
Oh,
Hmm.
in your opinion. Oh, okay, okay.
Hmm.
He said it,
I can't
yo.
speak for everybody, but I do want to throw something in there, if I can, the rebuttal. But
Yeah.
what about? How do you guys feel about the climate that we're in as far as like the election goes? People are seeking a lot of validation for their family members' choice in the election. How do y'all feel about that?
Mm.
Well, when it came to the election, I'm gonna tell you my experience about that. Okay, some of my siblings got offended because well, I didn't vote this year. I didn't vote for Donald Trump nor Kamala Harris. Neither one of them. I didn't agree with neither one of them. So I guess my siblings got upset because I didn't vote. So I'm like, look, whoa, oh, wait a minute, like you can't force nobody to vote.
Damn,
Like
can
that.
let me boo you for the people in the chat, bro. I'm not booing you though. I'm doing it for the
Oh man,
people in the
hold on, man,
chat.
wait
Let
a
me.
minute.
I'm hit the.
Yes,
I
Why
hit
look
the.
in
y'all
the
gotta boo
chat.
me for? For what?
I hit the clapping button. Hold on, I gotta
I'm
hit the
just beating my
boom, bro.
mind, James. You know how it is.
No, go. I want you to go. But I just had. I'm a man of the people, bro. I gotta do it for the people. I'm
For
not
the
booing you,
people.
bro. I understand. Even though I pressed the button. Keep going.
Your podcast.
Well, hold on. Well, hold on, though. Like, but when it came to the voting and stuff, like, you can't force nobody to do nothing
You can't. You
because,
can't.
like, because that violates. I mean, that violates your rights. That violates your constitutional rights. So it's
Yeah.
like that. I mean, so what? Okay, if you want to vote, that's cool. You can vote for whoever you want to vote for. So why should people get mad about that?
Yeah. You got
Look
bigger
at you
things to
looking
worry
for
about.
validations from us.
People gonna hit you with the civil rights, but they gonna say your ancestors bled and died for us to vote, bro. But this is America, bro. Freedom of speech, freedom of choice. So
Mhm.
I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
see, I
come
get
down
all
on
that.
you, bro. But the people in the chat probably eating you up right now. When it's air, you probably gonna have to
Wait, they
call
gotta
in.
say.
You gonna be in the chat anyway, but you might have to
Defending his
call in and defend yourself. You know?
Yeah, exactly. I'd be more than glad to.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Gonna be looking for that validation that you said you ain't need.
right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as a people though, we are always constantly looking for validation. And I'm
Mm.
not just outside of forgiveness, outside of politics. We're constantly looking for validation one way or another. We get on social media. Oh, I got so many likes. So that's validation. Oh, this and that. That's validation. I got, I'm turning heads when I'm walking down the street. Some people. So I feel that I feel like we have bigger things to worry about. I do.
Mm.
I feel that we do. But we also some people need validation. Some people need it. Do you have to have it? No. But for some situations, like she said, Jazz was talking about if I'm gonna what'd you say?
Reconcile.
Reconcile. I was about to say reconcile. Reconcile with you. Meaning you're gonna be back in my space. I want to have a relationship with you. You have to let's mend this. And I need you to be open. Like, do you understand why you hurt me? Did you get that? So if you get it, then you won't do it again. You know what I'm saying? So I have to have an understanding that you understand why I'm mad or why our relationship was torn apart. So that for me, I do need validation for that. But if I'm not looking to be around you, and that's probably why I haven't forgave a lot of people because I don't have to see them, and they didn't have to. I didn't need validation from them. And I can say with my mouth, "Oh yeah, I forgave them," but after this podcast, I realized I probably haven't. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Like I'm just holding on to it, and then when I see them, I just avoid them, or I'll just if I know they're gonna be there, I don't come. Because I don't
Mm.
want to feel the things that I feel. So need
Mhm.
therapy.
I think that's fair though. It's certain places I ain't trying to be there if they there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't gonna
Or
lie.
And validation
environments.
isn't
Yeah.
inherently bad or good.
Right. I
I
think
think
it's
it's just
needed
a
on.
neutral thing. So I
Yeah.
don't think we should feel bad for wanting validation or
Protect your
be
peace.
over highly esteemed for getting validation. So,
Right.
Mhm.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. But I feel like why should we all try to seek validation, but you really don't need validation for what? I
It's
mean, you
just
say
what
what
you
you gotta say. If somebody agree with you, okay, that's cool. If not, okay, so what?
Mm. It
it's
feel
because of
good
flesh.
it's
though.
the same reason why
It
you fight
feel
is to
good.
understand your point, to be
Because I'm saying,
Yeah.
look, I'm
understood.
gonna say what I gotta
Yeah.
say. I don't care if nobody like it or not. So it's like, I mean, I don't need validation for that.
It
Right.
feel good. It feel
It's
good.
it
And
feels good.
I guess it's different for
sometimes,
different folks, right?
yeah, but
People like to
sometimes
be seen and heard. All of us like
sometimes
to
you
be
gotta
seen and heard, hence the podcast.
definitely I need them likes. I need y'all to validate this and give me some likes and hearts, whatever. But
Mhm.
but it's still a reflection of you too though. Like you got to think about that reflection too, because
Hmm.
sometimes you need to know if you wrong or right.
Oh, do
Sometimes
you?
oh,
Yeah.
there you go. He paying back. Let's go. Sometimes you need to know if you wrong or right. Or like sometimes you don't know if you wrong or right. And you go to your friend that you trust to validate your feelings, you know?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna ask my brother every time. Was I wrong? Did I say that
Yeah.
wrong?
Mhm.
Oh, I need to go and
Or
fix that. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
or it could be you wrong as hell, bro. You wrong as hell. But guess what? Guess what?
yeah,
Yep.
I
Somebody gonna
understand
blame
why
you.
you feel that way. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
sometimes validation
Right,
needed to keep it going. Like I
right.
understand
Mhm.
why you feel that way. And like just acknowledging somebody's feelings and
Yeah,
saying,
It
okay, your
makes a
feelings
world of
are
difference.
valid, but it don't make it reality can help you with the conversation or whatever y'all trying to do.
Hmm.
right. You're right. You're right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, but nah, but it like you said, it's different levels to it though. I ain't saying you should just seek validation from everybody. That's put you in a
Yeah.
dangerous place.
Yeah.
It put you in a dangerous place.
It can get crowded.
Mm-hmm. Get used, manipulated, all that. Uh,
Mhm.
uh, okay. Self forgiveness. Do you find it hard to forgive yourself?
Everybody taking a deep breath.
Mhm.
We all know the answer. We all
Yeah.
know. It's probably a unanimous answer. I feel
Hmm.
like it's hard for me to forgive myself because I'll just keep replaying it, or I'll say, I just you kind of just sweep it under. You just sweep it a little bit. You just I don't know. I feel like it's hard for me to forgive myself,
Hmm. When you know
Yeah.
you
especially,
was wrong, when you know you was
yeah,
wrong, you was wrong. You was
yeah.
so
And then,
wrong.
but for me, like I said, I'm empath, so I'm gonna feel it. Like even today, I said I was a little mean to somebody. I was like, we were at the little birthday party. I was a little mean. I said, I was mad. I won't even say I was mean. I was upset. We get to the party. I had the little gift, and then one of the sisters told her to open the gift. Right when the party hadn't even started, ripped the gift open. I'm like, why would you do that? You should
Oh
wait.
shit.
And I was
Yeah.
just like, oh gosh. When I got down the street, I had to leave and go get something. I come back. I said, that is not how you handle. This girl's a teenager. Let me
Uh.
go back, and because how can I say, well, I'm working on showing you how to handle your emotions and
Yeah.
how to and I'm over here spazzing out on you. And even though I wasn't like yelling, I just was like, why? I was catching myself, but at the same time I was like snappy. And I just told her, I was like, you didn't deserve that. I apologize. But I still feel bad about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I shouldn't have let that get to that point. That was very short tempered. It didn't even build up. It was immediate. So I don't know. Those little things like that are not in everyday life. Sometimes we sweep it under. But if you look back on it and you say, well, dang, I handled that person wrong. I handled that situation wrong. What do we do? Where do we go? How do we go from there?
Self forgiveness. Is y'all out here forgiving y'all self? Mariah, Akeem, Jasmine. Are y'all forgiving y'all self?
Uh, well, I guess I'll go. Well, man, as of now, I would say, yeah. If anybody came to me about anything that I did to offend or hurt someone, then I would be open to hear that person out, not cut that person off while he or she is talking. And I would just come to a realization and say, hey, I'm sorry for my actions. I apologize for what I did. Even if I don't remember certain things, what I did, I apologize to you as a man.
What about yourself though? What about
I mean, I would
yourself?
have
Do you
to.
forgive you? Okay.
I would have to. But just to make me feel good, just to make me feel good. So yeah, I would say
Mm,
yes. For me, yes.
okay. Okay. I respect it. What about Mariah, Jasmine? How y'all feeling? Self forgiveness.
Um, Probably a couple years back, it would have been much harder for me to forgive myself. But the older I've gotten, It's become a bit easier the more you practice on forgiving yourself. The thing I have to work on is just beating myself up in the moment.
Mm,
But
Mhm.
forgiveness, though, at the end, I think I get there pretty well.
you get that pretty well.
Hmm.
What about you, Jasmine?
Um, uh, yeah, I am. I think that's a constant thing though, because we're not perfect. None of us
No.
are perfect. So, and then I have to like ask myself, okay, is the thing that I'm mad at myself for, is it something that I can fix? Like if I can fix it, fix it. Fix it and get over, and be done with it. If I can't fix it, can I repair it?
Mhm.
Like can I like if it's an offense to somebody else, I can't undo what I said, but can I like earn back their trust and earn back like my ability to, okay, Jasmine, understand like when you get in an attitude and somebody comes at you, just rewiring your brain to like replay what you did and see how you
Hmm.
can improve on it. Like just trying to get into the art of repair. That's where I'm getting at. Get into the art
Yeah.
of repair. If I can repair it, if I can do better the next time, like I just ask myself, can I fix it? You know, if I
Yeah.
can't, then okay, you messed
I
up
like
on that
that.
one, sis. Take that L. That's all right.
Take that
You've
out.
been here before, and you'll probably be here again. So let's go ahead and see what we can do to be better the next time.
Yeah. And this is a perfect segue because the next question builds off this. Because I have to forgive myself, right?
Hmm.
Because okay, this is a little deep, but it ain't that deep. But when I think of God, I always think of like God, your personal relationship with God, and
Mhm.
people say God forgive you, but He show you mercy. And it's like, who am I to not forgive myself if God already forgiven me? So it's like,
Absolutely.
am I blocking a blessing from myself for not forgiving myself? But then it get even deeper because it's like, for me to have to forgive myself, it make me think about the things I've did to people that they haven't forgiven me for, but I wish they would. So now it's like, dang, I need to show even more compassion when I try to forgive people that, like, it put me in a place of damn. What if somebody is sorry for what they did to me, but I refuse to forgive them, and then
Mhm.
putting myself in that position because I done been in that position before. So does it make it harder for you to forgive yourself if the person doesn't show you forgiveness or doesn't seek to forgive you or doesn't want to forgive you?
I guess I don't think about the other person and
Boom, and it's just over, just like that. Boom. Over. Over. Now it's time to call in, man. Now it is time to call in. What am I doing? Look, let me get back on the screen. Hold up. There it go. There I go. There I go. Look, hey, now it's time to call in. Now it's time to call in. I want to know, do you need your feelings validated for you to forgive before you can forgive somebody? Do they have to acknowledge they're wrong? What it do? What it do? Yes. Man, it feel like the Thursdays go by fast when I do the things. But yeah, what do y'all think? I For me, if you never acknowledge that you did nothing wrong and you don't have a good reason behind why you don't acknowledge it, then I'm probably just gonna cut you off. But yes, I do have to. For myself, I have to forgive you. Due to is like, if I don't, I'm gonna still be carrying all that hurt and anger, and it's not gonna do nothing good for me. But what about you? I know a lot of people have issues with parents or issues like trauma that has happened in their childhood, and a lot of times the little kid in this, or whenever it happened, like let's say somebody hurt you when you was 12 and you want that you want that validation, you want that acknowledgement, but they never give it to you. Are you gonna continue to hold on to that hurt, or do you want to actively work on forgiving them, or have you already done that? Call in, let's talk about it. I ain't gonna put y'all in a therapy session or nothing. I ain't gonna do that to you, but let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. Who wanna call in? Who feeling brave? Who feeling like they need to get something off their chest, man? I'm all about it. All for it. We definitely accepting calls. The number is on the screen. 601-336-2003. Will we get a caller tonight? Will we get a caller? Let's see. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for it. I'm gonna wait for it. But the number on the screen, we talking about forgiveness, man. It's the top of the year. The first month of the year. We about to go into Black History Month, and it's probably gonna be a crazy year. But you know, l- maybe you haven't been thinking about it, but this might be the year you need to let go of some of that pain. It's not for you to hold anymore. It's not for you to hold anymore. Look, I learned how to forgive better year by year, man, because I feel like I don't do wrong to people. So if you do wrong to me, I definitely feel away. Definitely feel away. But, that's just one of them things, though. But I'm slowly learning. I ain't gonna say slowly. I'm gonna say I'm just learning how to forgive better, and getting a more defined reason of why it's so important to forgive. Like I don't think a lot of people say it, but do they really believe it? Do they really believe they are forgiving the person for themselves? Because a lot of people feel like I think a lot of people get confused with forgiving and boundaries. Like you can forgive a person, but that don't mean you have to allow them to do you wrong. That don't mean you have to allow them back in your life. And don't let nobody trick you into thinking that like, oh, you said you forgive me. Why you not, hanging with me no more? Those are two different things. Those are two different things. Don't let nobody confuse you with that. You do not have to remain in a relationship or a friendship, a partnership or whatever if somebody betrays you or hurts you, but you do need to forgive them. You need to. You don't have to, but you need to. But yeah, man, anybody feeling like they want to call in, call in. Let's talk about it for a few minutes, man. Don't be shy. I am here. I'm here for it. Answer the question of do you need validation before you forgive? Do you need it? Do you need it? And I think I think in most situations you kind of do that. Even if you say you don't, I think the validation part may help with the lengthiness, the length of how long it takes you to forgive the person. Like if the person is just like, nah, I ain't taking no fault, that was on you, you tripping, or they just, it's gonna be harder for you to forgive them. But if they take accountability, admit where they were wrong at, and even want forgiveness from you, it may be a little easier. But we're not always put in those situations. A lot of times the person may not care. The person may not even want to admit it. It be different reasons. Especially when it comes to a parent. A parent, it's hard being a parent. A parent may not want to take on that guilt. They may already be in their head not forgiving themselves for what they've come short with their kids, or like haven't had did wasn't able to give that child certain things, and now that child is telling them what how they felt about it, and it could be hard for that parent to admit it because they feel like they did the best they could given their circumstances. So forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person. It's not for the other person. and is is really connected to your spiritual health. Forgiving. If you don't forgive, it can hurt you spiritually, and things that hurt you spiritually can definitely hurt you physically. You gotta know that. Gotta know that. But yeah, anybody want to call in? I'm on the screen. I'm trying to get at least one call. The days of me begging for calls is all good. Humble beginnings. One day the phone gonna be ringing off the hook though. One day the phone is gonna be ringing off the hook. Uh, the power of forgiveness though. What we got? What we doing? Do you think? Do you think it's time to forgive that person? You know, maybe you feel like just because you're not mad at that person right now, you forgiving them. But is that due to you not having to see them, having to be around them? But if they came right back around you, with all those emotions come back? Some people may say yes. Some people may say yes because you know, and that's the lesson. That's a big lesson I learned last year and going into this year, that just because you forgive someone today doesn't mean it rolls over to tomorrow or the next day or the next month. Forgiveness may have to be a daily, weekly, monthly thing for you until you truly get to living in that forgiveness you have for that person. And it might be hard. It might be hard, it might be hard, but for me, that was my biggest takeaway of 2024, with a lot of other things, but that was my biggest thing. Okay, we got a caller. Let's see. Let's see.
Call from Kiera. To
Kiara.
accept, press 1.
What's up? What's up? Welcome to the greatest podcast on Facebook. Put the kids to bed and let's talk. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So who do I have the pleasure of talking with?
Well, I will keep it real anonymously.
Okay. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But I do appreciate what you're doing. I do love this whole setup. But I did want to comment on forgiveness.
Let's go.
Okay, so I have this philosophy about forgiveness. I feel like once an offense is made,
Mm-hmm.
I feel that you put yourself in like a prison, right? So if someone do you wrong, it's like a sentence. Like, you went to jail for drugs, here's your sentence.
Yeah.
And until you forgive them or forgive them daily or keep moving towards, you move towards the end of your sentence. But if you never forgive them, you're steadily locked up in that cell. So you can't
Okay.
progress past that cell.
Yes. Yes. Have
But
you experienced that? Oh, keep going. My bad. I don't want to cut off
no,
your thought.
I
Keep
mean,
going.
but yeah, that's basically my theory of forgiveness. When the offense is made, it's like the day you get locked up. And you can get off for good behavior. You can work your good behavior off, aka forgiving them along the way, aka, taking your accountability in the matter, aka, realizing who that person is, setting boundaries. That's, you're reducing your time. But if you never forgive them, you only can grow as much as your cell, basically.
Mm. I like that. I never heard it broken down like that, but I like that. And I have a question for you.
Yes.
V- Validation. Do you need validation? Like, do you need the other person to take accountability of their wrong for you to forgive them?
I think it is nice. I think as humans, we crave that. We want that sit down, that last closure. But I think we have to learn that some people are not going to give it. Even in death, even to the end, you're probably will never get it, or you probably expect them to kind of like they're gonna just push it under the rug, act like it never happened. So yeah, I think it's a human instinct to want it, but I think we have to prepare ourselves that we would never possibly get this.
Mm. No, I'm rocking with that. I'm rocking with that. One more question. One
Okay.
Are you following the page?
I am. I
Let's
am.
go. Let's go. I can't recognize your voice. I'm so confused to who this is.
That's
It's all.
good. That's good. That's good.
That's what's up, though. I'm so happy you called in. Forgiveness, man. It's a big thing. Do you feel like you're at a good place with the people you needed to forgive in your life? Like, if you had a list of people that are there still leftover things or people or situations you may still need to forgive?
Of course. Even though I say it's like a sale, just like people that go to jail, you really never know when you're getting out. If they
Mm.
say 5 to 10, you're doing 10 years. You probably can get out in 3 or 2, with possible parole, and you know. So you can say, "All right, I forgive you, until you see them." Then you triggered.
Mm.
So is that really forgiveness? You may have forgave them for 10% or 15, but it may not ever get to 100. They may
Oh,
forever trigger you.
oh,
But
okay.
just like if you go to jail, you're never not a criminal. You may do your time,
Mm.
but it's still there.
Yeah, especially if you African American, probably. But yeah, yeah,
Hello.
yeah. I agree. Even though you served your time, yeah, you still. So okay, okay. Thank you for calling in. Is there anything else you
No
want to leave
problem.
with the people in the chat before you go?
No, I just want to tell you, keep it going. I love it. I love the energy. I love the creativity of calling in. I think this is amazing. I'll be watching anonymously. I can't even
Ah,
say the
tongue
word.
twister. Yeah, I can't say it either. From the south,
But
Gotta
I
go.
appreciate it. Keep it going.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
That was Miss Anonymous. Man, I got me a caller. Let's go, man. Give it up. Put the kids to bed and let's talk. The greatest podcast on Facebook and now YouTube. We building, we slowly building, but we building the community. Tap in with me, lock in with me, man. Uh, do we have any more callers? Do anybody else want to talk about forgiveness? Because this is big. This is big. No, I feel like everybody gonna have to forgive somebody in their life at least one time. Somebody gonna piss you off. Somebody gonna hurt your feelings or something. You got to forgive it. Let's go. We got another caller.
Call from Lee. To
Welcome to Put the Kids to Bed and Let's Talk podcast, the greatest podcast on Facebook and now YouTube. Who am I speaking with? Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Who am I speaking with? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me? Hmm. Well, we had a second caller. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was me or her. I think it was her end. Yeah, I think it was her end. Is the number back up there though? Can I call the number back? It's right. Let's see. See, can I call the caller back?
Hello.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hi,
Yes.
how are you?
I'm doing good. Welcome to the greatest podcast on Facebook. Do I need to hang this part up? How? So okay. Who am I speaking with?
Leah.
Okay, and love that you called in. Validation. We talking about forgiveness. Let me ask you this question: do you need the other person to take accountability for you to start your forgiveness?
I do not. I don't. Since last week, I can't remember lady's name, but what she said, it really stuck with me. She
Okay.
mentioned, you know, or something like waiting for other people to apologize or something along that line. It's like drinking the poison and waiting for them to die. And I feel
Oh
like if we
yeah.
continue, yeah. So if we were to wait, let's just say we're waiting for everybody who wronged us, and we're waiting for all of them to validate what they did. We will be consuming so much poison. And I just feel like we do have to forgive for ourselves, for our mental health, and even to break like the generational curses. Like
Mm,
how can we be so empowered and we just want to break generational curses and be better than the people who hurt us when we're still waiting for them to apologize or to validate how they hurt us. So we're holding on to that anger. And the more we hold on to that, it's like we're preventing, like, we shouldn't do it. We shouldn't do it for other people because it stops our progress. They're living life. Like they're going
yep.
on doing whatever they need to do and all of that. Meanwhile, we're the one walking around with an arrow in our heart waiting for them to apologize, and they're not hurt. They're not hurt. We are the ones that's hurting. So I'm not like I don't look for validation. Um, you hurt me, I forgive you, and like that, I now know what to expect. So I'm not gonna put myself in a predicament or in a situation to be hurt again because I know what to expect from you. I know how you're moving now.
Mm,
So it's just gonna be noted. It's noted. That's how I'm moving. And I'll just try my best to not give you the opportunity to
mm.
have to validate my emotions or to apologize to me again.
Okay, okay. I like what you said. I like what you said. Another question. I don't know if you heard the last call, but we was talking about, well, we kind of talked about it, but I brought it up a little bit too, like that needing to forgive more than one time. Like it's cool when I can forgive you and I don't have to see you or be around you, but still having to be around this person, do you agree with that approach of like maybe having to continually forgive somebody because you're getting triggered every time they come around?
Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily say it's continuing to forgive them. I
Okay.
feel like it's more so of doing some reflection. Like, why am I still triggered? Like, why do I
Mm,
still feel the need to forgive them? So rather than forgiving them consistently or constantly, I'm about to do some reflection and I'm about to see what is it like. Why am I not moving on? What do I need to do for myself to like get over whatever happened or
mm.
to make sure, that I
That's a
have
real
moved
good
past
point.
it.
That's a real good point because just because you forgive somebody doesn't take away the hurt they did to you. And that
Mm-hmm.
hurt may need some therapy, maybe a higher power talking to somebody. Like that's a good point. Like I didn't think about that part. Like a lot of times we look at it like once you forgive somebody, you've healed and you're healing or whatever, but you may need extra things or like things outside of yourself to help you heal. And you can well be done forgave the person, but you still need help with the healing phase.
Mm-hmm.
That's deep. That was a good point. Real good point. Um, anything else you want to give to the callers before I let you go?
Um, nah, I don't have anything else. I really do appreciate this, and I think forgiveness is important. I feel like that is something that, we all need to, acknowledge. Um, I know I saw a comment. I know you mentioned, like, do we need to forgive? And then I saw a comment about, like, do we actually need to? But I do think, of course, it's the Christian thing to do. That's
Yeah.
that's how we were brought up and that's how we were raised.
Mm-hmm.
but you are entitled to feel how you feel. Um, so I don't necessarily, I'm not going to say you absolutely need to forgive, but forgiveness is a part of healing, and it is a part of like being a better you, being a better person,
Mm,
for your children, for the ones who coming after you, for your partner. So
yeah.
I feel that forgiving can be beneficial, and it can definitely be a part of a healing process. So forgive to be great. That's all I have.
Nah, you did great. Made some great points. I look forward to hearing from you again. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
All right, talk to you later. There you have it. That was a good point. That was a great point. You may have forgiven this person. You really may have, but that doesn't mean that you're healed. That doesn't mean that you may have experienced some trauma or something that threw you off, and you may need to go talk to somebody, or you may need to, do something to cater to that, to that. Vontae, you just threw me off with that. You said she sounded cute. That's so funny to me. But yeah, you may need it. You may need it. Anyway, we talking about forgiveness. Forgiveness. Do you need that person to take accountability for you to forgive them? Do you? A lot of us a lot of us have been hurt by people, and we hold on to that hurt. We hold on to that hurt. Some of us even go as far as nobody understands me. Nobody understands what happened to me, and it turns into a crutch, right? And it turns into a hindrance too. Like, and it can really pull you away from the blessings God or whoever you believe in has in store for you, because you're still holding on to that hurt. And I'm not saying that you're an immature person or you lack something because you struggle with forgiveness, but this is something I just want to put on your mind, that forgiveness is really for you. It really gives you something that helps you move on. It takes you out of that dark place. And maybe you're doing good. Maybe you're doing good and you still haven't forgiven somebody. But it's still good to let go. Let that extra weight go. Anyway, the lines are still open. 601-336-2003. You do not have to give your name, but I will. I will ask you for your name, but you don't have to give me your name. You can remain anonymous or whatever. Nobody will see your number. It's all safely secured and all that. So if you want to call in and speak on forgiveness, please do. Like, it's January. We got 11 more months left in this year. I'm sure somebody gonna piss you off this year, and you gonna have to practice forgiveness. So, we getting it in early. We getting it in early. Yeah, forgiveness, the power of forgiveness. Do we have any more callers? The number is on the screen. Call in. I got a few questions for you. You also can add to the conversation. I I'm not gonna lie. I have struggled with forgiveness shit all my life. Honestly, like, I I just feel like I don't do people wrong, and if you do me wrong, I owe you one. I owe you one. Yeah. But seeking vengeance, seeking revenge can put you in a place of looking more wrong than the person that wronged you. It's a slippery slope. A lot of times, if people did you wrong, a lot of times that energy gonna return back to them, and you may get to see it happen or you may not. But trust me, people that's continuously doing people wrong, they gonna get those. They gonna reap what they've been sowing. You know, um, that's just usually how it goes. You know, but you know, protect yourself. Protect yourself. Protect your energy. Set your boundaries. Even though I'm talking about forgiveness, I am very unapologetically myself. And I'm a very genuine person, very straightforward. And sometimes I may offend somebody that's close to me because I'm so straightforward. But I don't mean it in no ill intent. It's all out of love, but a lot of people say they want the truth until they get the truth and they don't want the truth. So, but I've had to do a lot of apologizing in my time too due to my straightforwardness. But yeah, so okay, we got Mrs. Green saying we can't expect people to move like us. Hard lesson I had to learn. Yes, yes. A lot of us are looking for us and other people, and that may not be how it go. That may not be how it go. It's a lot of good people in the world. You can believe that. You may not, but um, sometimes it's just our luck that we keep running into these, you know, terrible people. Okay. Kevon says, I try to forget and move on. I be wanting to wish bad, but I just be like, good luck with life. God gonna get you for me, but I will not go back on nothing I stand on, to be honest. Yes. If this person, if allowing this person to continue to be on you, to be with you, or you had to cut somebody off because of your principles, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually respect that. Like, a lot of us may have standards, but we may not stand on our standards sometimes. I always encourage anybody to stand on their standards. Like, standing on your standards, being who you are, not tolerating certain things will keep a lot of confusion out of your life. You feel me? A lot of confusion. Don't let nobody make you feel guilty for you not wanting them around you. This your life, this your circle. If you feel like somebody draining you or taking your energy, it's not wrong to cut that relationship. It's not wrong. It's not wrong, man. You gotta protect your energy. Life too short to be miserable. Uh Vante says, yeah, we all are built different. It could be easy for you, but hard for someone else. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Mrs. Green says, nah, for real. I feel like I can't wait till karma get them either still. Hey, yes, sometimes I ain't gonna lie though. Like, if I don't forgive you, then I gotta go ahead and get that back. I gotta go ahead and do that. But I ain't living like that no more. I'm more of a peaceful guy. I want to get to this money, man. I want to get to this higher higher self that people talk about. I want to get to this peace and harmony and prosperity. So right now, I am not claiming no enemies. If somebody feels like they're my enemy, that's on them. I don't have no enemies. I don't claim that. Uh, I'm just moving forward with life. If I cut you off, hey, it's like that. But I'm not mad at you. I just had to move on. But you know, we gotta move forward, man. All those silly things that people do to you, don't let that distract you from your purpose, from your goal. You gotta keep your eyes on the prize. The more time you spending mad at them, thinking about how much they hurt you, the less time you thinking about putting money in your pocket, feeding your family, or just feeding yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't they already hurt you. They already wasted your time, whether that be 10 minutes, 2 years, whatever, 5 years, 10 years. Why give them another second? Why give them another second? Um, Looking at the comments, Kirkland Push for Excellent Harris says you gotta stand on it. You straight up. Stand on you straight up. Keyone says he did it for 3 years. Walter Nelly, especially if they ain't owning the foul shit they did. Okay. Gotta grow up and think on a higher level. Letting people get the best of your energy is your fault. Gotta stop letting people control your feelings. Yes, and the best way to stop letting people control your feelings is to get control over your feelings. A lot of us are responders and reactors, meaning that we just go through life reacting to stuff. We just react. And if you're always reacting, that means that something's always getting a rise out of you versus you choosing what you give out. Do I want anger to feel this reaction? Like, start thinking more of, I control my environment. I'm not gonna let nothing distract me today. John is an asshole. No, not John. We mess with John. Jamal is an asshole. I know he an asshole every time I go to work or go here. Jamal is an asshole. So let's not give Jamal no power today. I already know he an asshole. He gonna say something that throw me off. So I'm already preparing myself to set up that blockage of letting that anger come through when Jamal try to piss me off. Things like that. You gotta prepare yourself. Yeah. Let's get some more callers, man. I'm willing to take 2 more callers if we got them. The number on the screen, 601-336-2003. Call in, man. Talk about forgiveness. Vontae says, folks don't put peace as a priority anymore. Too busy trying to please other feelings instead of their own. Yes. A lot of us get caught into people pleasing. I heard this. It's 10 people on the line. Lock in with me real quick. Hear what I'm saying. If you are keeping it real with everybody, then you're not keeping it real with yourself. You may not agree with that. I'm going to say it one more time. If you are keeping it real with everybody, then you're not keeping it real with yourself. Why is that the rebuttal? Why would you say something like that? We supposed to keep it real. We supposed to no and yes, keep it real. But sometimes keeping it real could be keeping it real short. Keeping it real superficial. You gotta know what real you want to use because everybody don't deserve your authentic self. Everybody don't deserve your energy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't deserve your realness. So be careful who you give that to because you being so honest and genuine with people, sometimes it ends up showing your hand. You know what I'm saying? You will show your hand and people will try to block you from your moves or they'll hate on your moves or they'll, do little weird things and you'll wonder why certain things don't work out for you. You keeping it too real with people that don't deserve it. But that's just something I want y'all to know. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Yes. Okay. Simp Wash. First of all, that's a crazy name. What do that mean? Simp, like simping, and then you got wash. That's crazy. But okay, what Simp Wash say? Sometimes we aren't as transparent as we think we are either. That can be true. A lot of us think people supposed to just know how we feel. No, you have to articulate yourself sometimes. Like, learn how to say how you feel. When you're trying to get your point across, learn how to say how you feel versus just showing anger or showing sadness or showing resentment. Like, learn how to use words. I saw this on Daniel the Tiger. I don't know if y'all watched that. I got little kids, and they used to always say, "Use your words. Use your words." Daniel be over there about to beat somebody up. Hold on, Daniel. Daniel, use your words. So use your words. Use your words. Uh, Vontae says, okay, they take advantage of you because they know you got a big heart. Yeah, and that's why you gotta be protective of your realness, protective of your heart. Everybody don't deserve that. Kirkland Push for Excellent Harris says, or don't understand. Oh yeah, I got the thumbs up. Thank you for the thumbs up. Yeah, I mean you agree. Yup, but sometimes Kevon says, yup, but sometimes I can't help but to be real, cause I see them snakes gotta read how they move or speak tells a person. I'm like, yeah, watch them. Pay attention. Pay attention. You don't have to always be the one talking. Use your eyes sometimes. Look around. Use your ears. Pay attention. People will show you who they are. It's just on you to believe them. I know y'all heard that before. Nah, keep the name. Simp Wash. That's beautiful, bro. Keep that name. Keep that name, bro. I think that's a good name. Jeremiah says you gotta set them boundaries. Oh yes, set them boundaries. Do we have any more callers? Do we have any more callers? The number is on the screen. I'm loving this conversation. I'm loving how active y'all are in the chat. Y'all making me feel my success. I feel successful. I already feel like I made it. I already feel like I made it. I feel like y'all witnessing. Y'all are a part of the greatest podcast on Facebook. Put the kids to bed and let's talk. And we on YouTube. And we gonna get the TikTok too. I'm just scared they gonna ban it. I don't want to work hard and they ban it. But we might be messing with TikTok too. I gotta holler at Trump. I gotta see what Trump talking about. I'm gonna hit him up tomorrow. But yeah, let us know, man. Let me know. Call in. But yeah, call in. The number on the screen. But yeah, we making history, man. This is a community. This is just not your regular podcast. This is not just a regular live. No, you can be a part of this. I'm reading your comments. You can call in. I'm not so far away that people can't, have a conversation. This is for me and y'all. So, you know, enjoy it. Cause I'm enjoying it. Uh the number isn't on. Oh, dang, I ain't even download the app on Simp. Dang, that's crazy. Uh can you call the number from WhatsApp? Maybe that'll work. I don't know. Dang. I do the calls gotta be all in WhatsApp. That's crazy. My bad. My bad. I gotta download it though for the podcast Saturday. Yeah. While we got 8 people watching the greatest podcast on Facebook and YouTube, I gotta let y'all know that this Saturday I'm doing a put the kids to bed and let's talk politics podcast. I will be doing that type of podcast, the political one, at on every last Saturday of the month. So we let the month build up. We see what Trump doing, what his administration doing. We see what local people are doing, and we talk about it. And that's all the way live. Like it's no pre-recorded. People call in. We're gonna talk politics. I'm not the most political person, but I gotta pay attention now because shit done got real. Shit done got real. So we gotta pay attention. If you're not paying attention, I'm paying attention for you. You just tap into the live and we'll get you updated. You feel me? We'll get you updated. This is definitely low-key therapeutic. Yes. Yes, Vontae, I do agree with you. It's therapeutic for me, for y'all, all that. Um, Dang, son, I ain't got the app, bro. I gotta download the app, man. Uh, can you borrow somebody's phone? Are you by somebody with a phone? Tell them just let you borrow the phone, bro. And I'm gonna download it after the live. I'm scared if I download it, I'm gonna mess up something with the live. I forgot to download it. My bad. But we do use WhatsApp too. Um, but those are for the people that know me. Uh, Do anybody else want to call in and talk about this? Talk about forgiveness, man. The number on the screen. I know somebody want to call in. Somebody want to call in. Somebody want to talk about it. If you don't want to talk about forgiveness, this is your chance to call in and cuss out whoever made you mad. Come on, let it out. You might need to cleanse first. Sometimes you gotta cleanse and get it out. Then you can move on to forgiveness. Maybe you need to cut somebody out. We can't use too many cuss words because we follow community guidelines of YouTube and Facebook. But if you need to give them a professional cussing out, I will support you in your time of venting. I will support you. Yeah, I definitely will support you. I will support you. Like, if you need to do that. Because for me, sometimes I have to cleanse, bro. Like, I'm not skipping anger if I forgive you. I'm going to feel anger. I might call you all the names I need to call you before we can move on. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, when we was young, sometimes you just had to go ahead and catch the fade. And then you work it out. Maybe you don't catch the physical. Maybe you don't catch the physical fade, but we need to get that hard conversation in. You get what I'm saying? I need to just go ahead and let you know how I feel. Call you out on your BS. I just need to get that out. Then we can move on. You feel me? So if you need to do that, we can talk about it. We can talk about it right here. You can tell us how wrong Jamal did you, or Jaquita, Shakita, whatever her name is. You can tell we can talk about it, man. All right, your boss pissed you off at work. You know what I'm saying? Or you got this lazy coworker always coming in late. You got to make up for their work. We can talk about it. You ain't got to forgive them today. I ain't saying today. We just talking about it. You ain't got to do it today, but you need to do it. Not do it eventually. But if you just need to get that off your chest, this is the time. The doors of the church is open. Whatever you need, we here. We here. You say, oh, we got Crystal in the chat. What up, Crystal? They get mad when you call them out. They definitely gonna get mad when you call them out. Yeah, they gonna get mad. Kiva and Don laughing. Yeah, it's crazy. Fuente says it's crazy. You can call people out on their BS, then they get defensive. It's crazy. Man, that's what they gonna do, man. Especially if you bring in the heat. Like, if you bring in the heat, they kind of ain't got no choice. You know what I'm saying? You swinging. They gotta defend. Folks be quick to play victim when you call them out. I cannot stand people that play victim. That really, like, pisses me off, man. Because it's like, you know what you did. You know what you did. You know damn well what you did. And you want to sit up here and act like you hurt. That'd be so mind blowing. But you know what? We forgive them too, because I'm not finna play with you. I'm not finna. We not finna. I'm gonna let you be silly by yourself. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you be the victim. You go over there, tell everybody I did you wrong, even though we know what happened. And then when you do it to them, they'll understand why I ain't messing with you no more. But I forgive you though. I forgive you. You just can't come back around. But I forgive you. I forgive you. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. I hope you make it. Okay. Yeah, the doors of the church is open. I was about to say you sound like Reverend Henry. Reverend Henry, but it's, hey, throwback, classic. Reverend Henry was is that guy. He been looking the same age my whole life. I hope I can do like him. Like, why do they throw rocks, then hide their hands and act like they didn't hurt you first? That's a good question. If you need to call in, we can talk about it, Crystal. We can talk about it. I don't know. I gotta ask more questions first. Victim mentality, yeah. Exactly the whole time. Facts. Cause they ain't ready for the fire, like you said. Before you be honest and truthful, then they think about what they did and start feeling small. Good point, Vontae. They start feeling small. Yeah. All right, I come to some about your feelings and now I turn into about their feelings. Like, bro, I didn't come to you. Oh, you saying like you come to talk to somebody, then they make it about them? Yeah, those type of people, they special. Some special people. They they have a special talent of making anybody else hurt about them. Like it just gotta be about them. You gotta be careful around them type of people. They don't know about Reverend Henry, but Reverend Henry, what he used to say? He used to say, "Today is the first day of the rest of our lives." And something else, dang man, I gotta get that. I gotta get that, man. Yeah, he used to kill that. That used to be my little favorite thing. Call in, yeah. If y'all want to call in, go ahead, call in. Crystal say it's too personal. Look, I ain't whatever person. Hey, you ain't gotta say no names. You ain't gotta say nothing like that. You could just say whatever you need to say, but it's up to you how personal you get. Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, I live by that. You live by yeah. Hey, he used to kill that. Today is the first day of the rest of our lives. Like the rest of my life, I'm closer to the grave. What is? Hey man, he used to kill it, man. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I gotta call somebody and get that. I gotta be anonymous. Uh, okay. Be anonymous. Be anonymous. Say your, just say a different night. Tell it in another perspective. I want to know. What you mean? You talking to me, Vontae, when you say tell it in another perspective, or that's for somebody in the chat? Um, man, make sure y'all have followed the page. Make sure that you followed me on YouTube too. The YouTube is pinned. If you wanna check out the YouTube, YouTube is building up. We probably had like 2 or 3, 4 people in the chat, but um, we working on it. I'm new to the YouTube with this channel, with this podcast. It's kind of new. We still building, but guarantee we getting better every day. Getting better every day, every pod. You feel me? Every post. Okay, okay. Kevon tempted. Kevon is feeling what I'm saying is hitting him. He got that person in his mind. He really, he really feeling like he need to get that off his chest. If you need to get it off your chest, cuz old fam, this is the place, bro. I got you. This is a safe conversation. If you start crashing out, I'll just hang up. I won't let you crash out too hard. Uh, yeah. But if y'all need to call in, man, look, man, hey, sometimes you need to get a good F you off your chest before you can move on. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? I understand it. She said, y'all gotta know now, LOL. I'm gonna call another sign. Alright, I got about 2 more episodes, 2 or 3 more episodes based on forgiveness. Then we moving on to something else. But yeah, yeah. We definitely doing things with the forgiveness. I should have I know I should have 2 or 3 more parts. So we probably will stop at part 4 or part 5. Part 5 sound crazy though. I might just have to let that run. Um, but yeah, man, look, man, it's 10. I got some callers. I got a new caller. I got a mysterious caller, an anonymous caller. I was so proud of that. Um, do anybody else want to call in before I end the show? If not, I'm gonna end it in a few. Um, I had something else. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. We'll just move in. If you call in, I'll come back. But I'm gonna move on with the show. So, boom. Oh, that ain't it. Dang, what a hmm hmm. Did I add? I don't think I added it. Let me see. Can I add it while we on live? Can I add it while we on live? Finna test the, the limits of my computer. I'm nervous. Uh, Boom. We added it. Let's go, man. Let's computer true. So look, boom. Look at that. Look at what's on your screen. That is Put the Kids to Bed and Let's Talk Politics, hosted by yours truly. We will be talking about Trump. We'll be talking about Elon Musk signaling, doing his Nazi signaling. We'll talk about the terrorists. We'll talk about the California fire, the Tesla blowing up in front of Trump tires. TikTok was banned, but then it wasn't banned. Um, we have some special guests lined up to call in, you know. Trump is here, man. Trump is here. Trump is here. And people are feeling away. But rest assured that the rebuttal is here. The rebuttal is here. We're gonna get through this together. I'm not anti-Trump though, but I'm not pro-Trump either. I'm an equal opportunity person, even though this guy done took away DEI. It's crazy. We're gonna talk about DEI too, but that's what you got to look forward to this Saturday, 8:30. We jumping it off with the politics. Y'all come through if y'all ain't, doing too much. Slide through for a few minutes, say what's up, hear a couple of things, and you can slide off. I know Saturday people be trying to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that boy done revoked some stuff. We gonna talk about it though. I'm turning up. I don't know if y'all done heard any of my political podcasts, but on the last ones, people probably felt like I was on some Republican shit, Not a Republican. But Black History Month coming up, so we finna black out. I'm blacking out all February. I'm blacking out. So get ready for that. Get ready for that. We finna get on their ass. But yeah, other than that, man, thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate y'all. I appreciate every comment, every call, every like, every share. We steady building it. We steady building it. And all that. Kirkland said, oh, okay, it's a celebration. It's definitely a celebration. Let's hit that. Yeah. Kirkland say, you the host, so you gotta debate the opposite mind of the caller. I'ma push for the opposite mind, but Elon Musk really pissed me off, bro. Elon Musk did some bullshit, bro. Maybe he ain't mean it, but I just feel like, damn, bro. Like, you not finna just troll me like that. You not finna do the little hand signal. Like, when he did the hand signal, bro, I went from the rebuttal to goddamn the Malcolm X rebuttal or some shit. I don't know, rebuttal X. I felt the way. Still feel away like he tripping. He tripping. Trump. We gonna talk about it. I'm gonna say that for Saturday. We gonna turn up Saturday. We gonna turn up. Y'all make sure y'all catch that, man. Put it on the screen one more time. Trump is here. Put the kids to bed and let's talk politics this Saturday, 8:30. I might be on that bitch to 12 o'clock. I don't know. I don't even know. But we running it. We running that. Y'all will be able to call in after the callers get through. Definitely will let y'all call in. But love y'all, man. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. We gonna continue going, man. And yeah, let's get it. Put the kids to bed and let's talk podcast, the greatest podcast on Facebook and now YouTube. We out this thing. Deuces.